Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your SC10 General Chair, Barry Hess.
Thank you. Thank you and welcome to SC10 in New Orleans. We have an incredible conference planned for you this week, and I don't want you to miss a minute of it. But I hope you'll take some time and explore New Orleans and enjoy some of the heaping portions of Southern hospitality that this historic city has to offer. When selecting a host city for the conference each year, we always hope it will be a fun and memorable trip. I'm certain that your week here in New Orleans will not be disappointing. This is sure to be an unforgettable conference. As we look ahead to the events of the week, I must take a moment to acknowledge and thank the 485 volunteer members who are managing this conference. Let me remind you that the SC community, unlike other groups or associations, does not have permanent staff. The people you see on the screen behind me all have full-time jobs at laboratories, research facilities, universities, corporations, and other organizations. They do this while they dedicate untold hours of their own time to SC and to our world-renowned conference series. Thanks to them and your support, the SC Conference Series continues to be a respected, influential voice in the computing industry year after year. Everything you get from SC, by email, the planning and the organization of the conference, the selection of the technical program content, even the updates to our website. Everything has been managed by our dedicated SC community volunteers and a few special contractors. We also want to thank all of the corporate, government, and academic organizations that employ our volunteers. As supporters of SC, these organizations offer our volunteers the flexibility during their busy work week to meet their SC responsibilities and deadlines. This is a tremendous help to our organization, and we're very grateful for their cooperation. I'd like for every SC10 volunteer who's with us today to stand so that we can recognize you and say thanks for all your hard work. And while we're thanking people, I'd like to extend a sincere word of thanks to you. You're here, and your participation is going to make SC10, as it is every year, an amazing event. Let's look at just some of the remarkable facts and figures surrounding SC10 in New Orleans. Going into this year's conference, we have the largest technical program registration in our history. This isn't by accident. We have an incredible technical program. Over the past 2 days, SC10 conducted 33 tutorials and 13 workshops designed to showcase current and developing practices in our community. With a 10% increase in technical program registration this year, we are dedicated to living up to your expectations. For our technical presentations, 51 papers were selected from over 253 submissions to make sure the highest quality presentations are available. In addition to SC10 has access to the largest space we've ever used for exhibits. When you visit the exhibit hall, you'll find that we have new exhibitors, more room to interact with your sponsors and customers, and even larger booths. We have 320 exhibitors on the exhibit floor, occupying a record 137,000 square feet of exhibit booths. The SC10 exhibitors are the cream of the crop in their technical areas, so make sure you find some time to go see what technical advances they're exhibiting in their booths. One of the most technically astonishing things to see at SC10 is the installation of one of the most powerful networks, advanced networks in the world. SciNet has installed over 200 miles of fiber optic cable in the convention center alone, enough to stretch from here to Jackson, Mississippi. There will be more bandwidth in the convention center than you'll find in many small countries. For 10 days, this convention center will be linked to major research and commercial networks around the world. SciNet is designed and built entirely by volunteers from university, government, and industry. It connects multiple 10 gigabit per second wide area circuits, and for the first time, a 100 gigabit Ethernet circuit. This network is powerful enough to transfer more than 270 gigabits of data in just 1 second. For those of us in this industry, 100 gigabit capability is an incredibly thrilling achievement. Without a doubt, the SC10 conference is a record-breaking, industry-changing event, and it wouldn't be possible without the generous support of our two key sponsors, the IEEE Computer Society and ACM.
Technology and humanity. How can one benefit the other? IEEE is the world's largest professional association dedicated to answering this question. The group and its members represent the advancement of technological innovation and excellence. Dedicated to benefiting humanity through technology, the IEEE Computer Society membership represents a worldwide network of shared knowledge and data resources. Through professional and educational activities, they hope to inspire the global community to action. For IEEE, technology is the new frontier, and it has no limits. Computing as a science, computing as a profession. This is the focus of ACM, the world's largest educational and scientific computing society. At the center of ACM is the computing field's premier digital library, a vast educational resource for world-class publications, online books, and courses. Offering leading-edge publications, conferences, and career resources, ACM puts the emphasis on knowledge for its professional and student members and the entire computing industry.
Over the years, the SC Conference has grown in both size and influence. We've achieved so much, and a large portion of that success must be credited to these two sponsoring organizations we just saw, the IEEE Computer Society and ACM. Thanks to their financial support and organizational leadership, the SC Conference Series has achieved the international success and respect that we enjoy today. The final element to the SC Conference, and the reason that this is such a unique event, is, of course, you. The collaboration you bring to SC10 is unparalleled. Imagine the amount of brain power that's in this room right now. Representing corporations, nonprofit organizations, and educational institutions, we gather each year in a supportive environment that encourages the sharing of our ideas so that we can learn from each other. Imagine what this kind of collaborative spirit can achieve. The Birds of a Feather sessions alone are one of the most intensive gatherings of HPC subject matter experts the industry sees all year. These incredibly illuminating forums are a premium example of what this conference is all about. What can we learn from each other? And what can we do with that knowledge? One of the ways we answer those questions every year is through our Thrust program. The Thrusts have been a thriving part of SC for 3 years and are now an enormously successful part of the conference. And in fact, the unveiling of the SC Thrust has become a highly anticipated announcement in the computing industry. This year's thrusts are climate simulation, heterogeneous computing, and data-intensive computing. One of the thrusts identified for SC10 examines the most recent developments in the predictive field of climate simulation. What are the limits of today's computing? And what role can supercomputing play?
New climate modeling strategies allow for climate projections on a timescale of several years. The solutions we develop will result in real-world applications. For example, enhanced climate modeling will revolutionize outlets such as the Weather Channel. And supercomputing will give Capitol Hill policymakers better, longer-range predictions of how carbon dioxide emissions will impact the climate. To examine the role of supercomputing in the rapidly growing field of climate simulation, we've scheduled several sessions and panel discussions. The forecast for the week is fascinating.
A masterwork presentation in 2 parts, Weather to Climate and Back Again, will be conducted on Wednesday. And on Thursday afternoon, a panel discussion will examine the role of high-performance computing in the creation of climate and weather models. And those are just some of the sessions and panels going on this week regarding climate simulation. So please check your daily schedule and find the sessions that you'd like to attend. Today's computers can support massive data requirements. How that data will be shared and communicated among participating scientists is the focus of another SC10 thrust, data-intensive computing.
There is no doubt about the processing power of data-hungry supercomputers, and their ability to access enormous amounts of data will only grow. The challenge becomes a sharing issue. What good are larger and larger reserves of data if access is limited? What kinds of hardware and software infrastructures are needed to effectively share large data sets? This affects everything. Biology and climate simulation, for example. The data is there, but what is required for today's networks to provide increased access and sharing? This week, we'll look at the work being done at experimental facilities, such as the Oak Ridge National Laboratory in Tennessee, and the network of sites operated by the National Radio Astronomy Observatory. Even in the data-intensive world of supercomputing, the lessons we learned as children are still relevant. It's important to share.
At the panel discussion, Who Should Keep Our Data Safe?, you'll have the opportunity to hear from the voices at the forefront of data-intensive computing issue. There are 2 masterwork sessions that will be of particular interest, Big Science, Big Data. Look for those later today, and make plans to attend the Thursday morning plenary session, Building Cyber Infrastructure for Data-Intensive Science. For the first few decades of computer development, it has been generally assumed that memory would continue to grow unchecked as processors get faster and smaller. Today, we are looking at a major roadblock of heat. This has computing speed hit the wall. The answer may lie in heterogeneous computing.
Exascale computing has been projected for implementation by 2018. But the heat is on. The solution may not lie in a single strategy, but in a combination of several. The advent of the Roadrunner supercomputer, as well as the GPU accelerator, has demonstrated the beginning of accelerator-based computing at a large scale. Is heterogeneous acceleration the path to exascale computing? With this thrust, we'll focus on software infrastructures. What lessons have we learned so far? And what are the next steps to move the HPC initiatives forward? At SC10, there are a wealth of learning opportunities, hosted by some of the leading voices in the heterogeneous computing platform. Exascale is heating up.
On Wednesday, 2 back-to-back masterwork sessions will explore the movement toward exascale computing from software and programming orientations. Then, throughout the conference, multiple exhibitor forums, panel discussions, and other presentations will bring you the entire scope of heterogeneous computing. The theme of this year's conference is the future of discovery. As I pointed out earlier, SC10 brings together the best minds in the field of supercomputing. And with those minds all working together, it is a thrilling notion to imagine what the future of discovery might be. This week could very easily launch a great new idea or innovation that could change the future direction of computing and technology. How appropriate that our speaker this morning is Clayton Christensen, one of the world's leading voices on the idea of innovation. Innovation is at the heart of the SC conference. Everything we have achieved and will achieve has been the result of some innovative idea thinking about an old problem in a new way. Innovation requires knowledge and understanding of proven ideas, but the spark that ignites it is a fresh new approach that has never been considered. It's a careful balance of traditional understanding combined with a free-thinking approach that isn't afraid to break the industry. It can be a world-changing moment.
Clayton Christensen is the Robert and Jane Cizik Professor of Business Administration at the Harvard Business School and is widely regarded as one of the world's foremost experts on innovation and growth. He is an experienced entrepreneur, having started 3 successful companies, and has also advised the executives of many of the world's major corporations. These corporations, delivering product and service innovations inspired by Christensen's research, generate tens of billions of dollars in revenue every year. His focus today will be on disruption, the mechanism by which great companies continue to succeed. Disruption allows new entrants to displace the market leaders by developing and delivering relatively simple, convenient, low-cost innovations to a specific set of customers, typically those who have been ignored by industry leaders. This will either create new markets or reshape the existing market. Clayton Christensen has closely studied the concepts of disruption and has a keen insight on how to either guard against it or use it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Clayton Christensen.
Welcome, Clayton.
Thanks so much.